You may already be inside the room and still be under evaluation. No one announces it. No one signals approval or disapproval. The assessment begins quietly, the moment explanation becomes unnecessary. In certain environments shaped by old money and long social memory, judgment does not arrive through confrontation. It settles through silence. A pause after a name is offered, a response that never comes, a question acknowledged but not answered. Nothing is hostile, nothing is warm. The absence itself becomes the measure. What is observed is not confidence or competence, but reaction. Who rushes to fill the quiet? Who explains without being asked? Who grows uneasy when nothing is clarified? In these spaces, restraint is not politeness. It is information. No rules are stated, no standards are revealed. Yet the evaluation continues, uninterrupted and unspoken, leaving one awareness behind. Nothing here will be explained, and the silence is deliberate. Silence is often mistaken for weakness. In louder cultures, it signals uncertainty, secrecy, or a lack of authority. Words are used to reassure, justify, and persuade. Explanation becomes proof of legitimacy. Without it, many assume something is missing. Within elite environments shaped by generational wealth and inherited position, silence performs the opposite function. It does not ask to be interpreted. It assumes understanding already exists. The absence of explanation is not a gap. It is a declaration that no defense is required. Those unfamiliar with this dynamic often read restraint as arrogance or indifference. They search for cues that never arrive. Insiders recognize something else entirely. Silence indicates that the speaker is settled, not searching for alignment or approval. Meaning shifts location. Power moves away from speech and into presence. Continuity replaces argument. The less that is said, the less there is to contest. Silence filters rather than invites, quietly separating those who need clarity from those who do not. For silence to function without disorder, a system must already be in place. In old money circles, that system is built on shared history, repetition, and assumed context. Meaning is not negotiated in real time. It is inherited. Customs, expectations, and social signals are learned long before they are tested. Names carry weight. Reputations precede introductions. Explanations become unnecessary because the framework for interpretation already exists among those who belong. Outsiders are rarely pushed away. They are simply left without support. When clarification does not come, confusion reveals distance. The system does not rush to correct misunderstanding because correction would suggest instability. Stability depends on continuity, not accommodation. This structure reinforces itself quietly. Those who understand move fluidly within it. Those who do not must either adapt or remain uncertain. Everyday interactions reflect this closed loop. Invitations arrive without context. Decisions appear settled before discussion. Silence holds the system together, precisely because it is not questioned. This is where most people misunderstand the system. Silence is not passive. It functions as a test, though it is never named. The test measures emotional regulation under uncertainty. When no response arrives, reactions surface. Some grow impatient, others over-clarify, offering more information than requested. Discomfort becomes visible through tone, posture, and urgency. Composure, or the lack of it, is revealed without interrogation. This is not cruelty, it is efficiency. Reactions provide data quickly and without effort. Those accustomed to explanation feel exposed when it is withheld. Those fluent in restraint remain largely invisible. The test unfolds in small moments. A message not followed up, a seat left open, a delay that stretches longer than expected. Nothing escalates, nothing resolves, yet position becomes legible. Silence applies pressure without force. It asks nothing, but observes everything. The system gathers information simply by waiting, allowing self-regulation to speak on behalf of status and belonging. Explanation often feels protective. In reality, it exposes more than intended. Within elite settings, explaining oneself becomes a form of disclosure, revealing internal priorities and quiet anxieties. What someone chooses to justify signals what they fear losing or failing to prove. Excess detail points toward insecurity. Urgency suggests dependence on outcome. Tone reveals how much is at stake. None of this requires interpretation, it presents itself. Old money behavior limits this exposure. By withholding explanation, ambiguity is preserved. Ambiguity maintains leverage. Silence restricts the flow of usable information, protecting internal hierarchy without assertion. This is not a moral distinction. Explanation is not incorrect. It is simply informative. In environments where observation replaces inquiry, information is power. The more someone explains, the more material is offered for judgment. The less they explain, the harder they are to place. Silence does not hide. It controls what can be known and when. Words function differently in restrained environments. They are not expressive outlets. They are limited resources. Scarcity increases value. In this economy, excessive speech leads to devaluation. When everything is explained, nothing stands out. Silence, by contrast, creates anticipation. It forces others to listen more carefully when speech finally appears. Quiet luxury operates on this principle. Fewer words carry more weight because they are rare. Each statement is measured, contained, and deliberate. Nothing is rushed. Nothing is corrected unless necessary. This economy stabilizes social order without enforcement. People adjust themselves around silence. They project meaning. They calibrate behavior. Authority emerges without instruction. Anticipation replaces reassurance. Restraint replaces persuasion. The absence of speech becomes active, shaping interaction through what is withheld rather than what is offered. In this system, silence is not empty. It is efficient. In these environments, meaning is rarely carried by the speaker alone. It is delegated outward to context, history, and observers. Old money individuals do not manage interpretation, others do it for them. Silence invites speculation. Some align themselves carefully, others withdraw. Both responses reinforce hierarchy without assertion. The burden of understanding shifts away from the center and onto the periphery. This delegation reduces effort. No clarification is required when others are willing to interpret on their own. Over time, unspoken cues accumulate significance. Patterns are noticed. Absences are remembered. Cognitive labor moves outward. Those seeking clarity work harder than those withholding it. This imbalance sustains quiet authority. Meaning becomes self-sustaining. Each silence adds weight to the next. The system does not explain itself because explanation would interrupt this loop. Silence continues to gather interpretation, reinforcing position without a single declaration. Here is the part no one likes to admit. Persuasion is a sign of movement. It suggests ambition, negotiation, or change. Stability removes the need to convince. Old money behavior reflects permanence. It is slow-moving, resistant to urgency, and uninterested in alignment through argument. Explanation appears unnecessary because position is not in question. This contrasts sharply with cultures built on assent. There, persuasion is survival. Words are tools for entry. In settled environments, words risk disruption. Generational continuity replaces immediate validation. Confidence is communicated through consistency, not articulation. Decisions feel predetermined because they often are. The absence of persuasion is not indifference, it is assurance. Stability speaks through repetition and endurance. Silence becomes credible because it has lasted. Nothing needs to be explained when nothing is being negotiated. In high society shaped by long timelines, memory replaces explanation. Reputations accumulate slowly and persist quietly. Past behavior carries forward, informing present perception. Introductions are brief because history already exists. Clarification becomes redundant when social memory is accessible to those who matter. Actions are archived informally, recalled without effort. This functions as an internal record. Consistency is noted. Deviations stand out. Silence relies on this memory to remain effective. Patience becomes a signal. Long-term behavior outweighs short-term explanation. Those with established patterns do not need to clarify intent. It is already assumed. Social memory rewards endurance. It penalizes volatility. Present silence draws authority from remembered consistency, allowing the system to operate without commentary or correction. Time operates differently in elite environments. Those unconcerned with immediate understanding extend timelines naturally. Silence stretches time, forcing others to wait, adapt, or reveal urgency. This is not delay, it is leverage. Long horizons reduce the need for clarification. When time is abundant, reaction becomes unnecessary. Old money circles move slowly by design. Decisions unfold without pressure. Responses arrive when they arrive. The absence of haste communicates control. Those operating on shorter timelines feel the strain. They interpret silence as obstruction. In reality, it reflects endurance. Authority settles where time is unconstrained. Silence gains weight as moments extend. Nothing needs to be explained when time itself is doing the work. Clarification carries a price. When explanation is offered, distance collapses. Mystique diminishes. Authority becomes approachable. In elite settings, clarity can prematurely close interpretive space. Once meaning is fixed, it can be challenged. Silence preserves ambiguity, and ambiguity protects position. This is not condemnation, it is observation. Explanation trades control for accessibility. Sometimes that exchange is necessary. Often it is costly. The moment something is explained, it becomes subject to response. Silence avoids that exposure. It maintains separation without confrontation. What is lost through clarification is rarely regained. The system notes the shift quietly. Distance shortens, power adjusts. Nothing dramatic occurs, but the balance changes all the same. Nothing here concludes. Nothing is clarified. The system continues without acknowledgement, preserved by restraint and long memory. Silence persists, not as strategy, but as condition. It does not announce itself or seek understanding. It remains intact, inaccessible, and effective. You may notice it without being invited into it. That is enough. High society is not powerful because it excludes. It is powerful because it never reacts.